Peace on Earth. Ethan Indigo Smith here. I'm going to enable you to catapult above the first wall that is the difficulty of learning Tai Chi. Tai Chi Chuan is the grand ultimate long form or long fist of self development. Some of Tai Chi, so the Tai Chi is not the same as Chi, right? So Chi as in qi gong, that is the same. And another related concept that people are familiar with is gung fu, same word as qi gong. Gung fu is a self-development hobby, not a martial art necessarily. It could be though. Uh, so Tai Chi is a gung fu, certainly. It's the grand ultimate gung fu. The Tai Chi the Tai Chi, the grand ultimate, which is synonymous with the symbol that we call yin yang in the West. So Tai Chi is yin yang practice, but grand ultimate symbol practice, right? Grand ultimate reality too, practice that contains the yin and yang. These and which of course has four parts and not just two. Okay, so first thing about Tai Chi, now you know that it's the grand ultimate form of self development associated with the grand ultimate symbol. One of the first things you are going to learn in every Tai Chi class, practically probably, is going to be arm swinging, a variation of arm swinging. Um, this is also a spinal fluid releasing and opening, hip opening. It's a really powerful movement that can take years to master. It really releases all kinds of wonderful chemicals from the spine. And this it is kind of a little bit redundant for people, but what you want to think about is not doing this, right? I never do this movement with my arms. I'm shifting my weight. I'm pouring my weight. I'm using my lower half from my waist down to impart the movement through my upper half that's relaxed. Yang active, lower, yin relaxed, higher. That's basically true for most of Tai Chi. You want to activate with the feet, the legs, the dantian, and merely express with the hands. So Tai Chi is not this, it's this. Having the movement initiate from lower body. And I'm twisting and I'm bone tapping, tapping my organ system, getting blood flow going, releasing stress and quality chemicals throughout our system. So, shifting my weight with, all right, my arms are going this way. I've now shifted here. Now I shift here. Or contrary. So it's you have your midline and I let it go by, let it go by. Something's attacking my midline. All right, let it go by, let it go by. All with weight exchange from one leg to the other. Or now, now I'm taking the space. Something's coming into my midline and I'm taking the space. So pouring my weight that way, taking the space, not yielding. Okay. Arm swinging. Let's do some joint rotations with the waist just to impart circular energy in our body. Tai Chi itself, this practice has many side effects. And one of them is going to be a different type of response to forces. Physical, I'm talking about base physical forces, and also certainly eventually more energetic, characteristic, whatever forces. You're going to be able, let's go the other way, to respond to forces differently, right? The more we make circles, the more we're going to be able to respond in a circular manner, which ultimately has a lot of biomechanic um, advantages. So, but that's, we just want to get past the first difficulty of learning Tai Chi. Bear with me now. Okay, now I'm doing circles from the same place, but just differently. My my head and shoulders are just along from the ride. I'm making the circles from my waist. Now, there's a whole series of circular movement that's a wonderful complement to the form. Uh, it's really simple, but for now, let's just concentrate on this. Okay? Really simply now, coming together and going out. Both are coming together and going out at the same time. Now, if you can, now just all I did there was vary the rotation aspect a little bit. I am doing the same movement. I'm just flowing differently, right? Try to flow like so. One goes up, one goes down, but I'm just doing this, right? Okay, great. Now the other way, the other way. Both are coming inward at the same time. Let's do the same thing. Just alternating the pattern just a little bit. Again, it's the same movement as that. I just alternate. Okay, now circles plus arm swing plus one of the five directions, stillness, left, right, forward, backwards, is Tai Chi. So you add these movements that we just learned or practiced or experienced because there's not much to them. I mean, it's something you've probably done before in one way or another. Now we transform this, and all of Tai Chi and all martial arts tends to work this way, that you build off of the most principled, basic stuff into more and more refined and potentially elaborate concepts and postures. Okay, here's here's the trick to getting cloud hands and brush knee push step from those hand gestures, right? Here's cloud hands. just making, I'm just, what am I doing? That refined my feet are a little bit shoulder width apart, just to just to get the movement of it, just to get the concepts, get past that first wall of difficulty. Just know that all of Tai Chi can be summed up as arm swings plus joint rotation plus movement, stepping from one direction or another, or even standing still, which we're doing now. I'll start here. So we just went from that to cloud hands. Now, now we're going to go from these inward circles. The footing position is a bow stance instead of just shoulder width uh, orientation. So brush knee push step. A bow stance, I just have one foot forward and the other foot base, 45 degrees or so. The other foot pointed forward. I go from this, right? Brush knee pushed, and all I do, the main thing there is with my pushing hand, I pull back now. But it is essentially, and with my brush hand, I and there's variations, but that's individualistic style and individuation of the person, right? The basic aspect is right there. But I go to about the knee position with my front hand. So and the other way, other foot. I'll turn around just a second here. Brush knee pushed up and brush knee pushed up and cloud hands are probably the most common postures of Tai Chi in each of the form and amongst all forms. So so really, I just am doing this in a ref, in a refined manner, and the refinement, of course, frustratingly, comes with repetition. So that's it. That's the crux. So I hope this helps. Tai Chi is all circular and all spiraling movements and gestures. So even when it's straight, it can be refined into circle and spiraling movements. And the basic premise is that you can find the aspect of the movement with just thinking about, even though this is not necessarily entirely true, but thinking about arm swings plus circles is going to be the basic mechanics of the Tai Chi posture, which can then be refined. So, peace. This hand gesture, of course, is representative of the Tai Chi, the yin yang symbol, the hard masculine, the soft feminine coming together in unity. So I hope that helps you. Peace.